Right then. So welcome to our next episode of Paul and Carole Meets. And in this episode we've got the lovely Ken and Lindsey.
Yeah, where are they from?
They're from Ken Goes Cruising and Lindsey and Ken Travel Again. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
So we're here with Ken and Lindsey, and we're going to go through a series of questions so you can get to know them better and find out all about them. So do you want to start then, Paulie?
Yes. Yes, I would.
This has only taken about 5 takes already.
Yes, I would like to start.
Okay.
What was your first ever cruise?
Oh,
it was a Greek cruise.
Yes, one I'd rather forget. So it was 1995 and we were on a Greek ship called SS Olympic. It was formerly the Empress of Great Britain, wasn't it? And then went on to be the Topaz afterwards. It's been reincarnated several times. So, yeah, it wasn't very good, was it?
Who's had a Greek captain that liked a bit of a drink?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And singing.
And sing.
Well, and what year was this?
1995.
Wow.
I was 12.
Ish.
And has that been cut up now, that ship?
Yeah. Long ago.
Scrap. Right, so obviously with that auspicious first ever cruise, you know, was it like another 30 years before your next one, or straight back in?
No, because we went to the States, didn't we? And you then fell out with flying.
Yeah, I did, big time.
Yeah, because we tried to land in a hurricane. So 3 years later, we went on our first proper cruise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On Oriana.
Oh,
Oriana.
a very special Oriana.
It's very
She was
special.
nice, yeah.
And it was an anniversary cruise, wasn't it?
It was our 10-year wedding anniversary cruise.
Yeah.
They gave you bits and pieces as well, photos and drinks and flowers and stuff, and that's why we did it, really.
You don't get much for free on a cruise ship now, do you?
No.
Times have definitely changed.
Times have changed. So, how many cruises have you done so far?
Including this one, it's 53.
Oh. That's the same as us, isn't it?
That's one more than us.
One more than us.
One more than us. Right, so it's been great meeting Ken and
We're currently on Queen Anne, which we forgot to say in the intro, isn't it? We've been doing the maiden voyage, so make sure you check out our vlogs and obviously Ken and Lindsey's vlogs after this. But this is our 52nd cruise, isn't it? So yes, you're one ahead.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you've already touched on that, whatever that ship was, Topaz or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this won't be the answer to this question. Favourite cruise ship of all time?
That's difficult because we have fond memories of most of the ships that we've been on. I suppose long term, the favourite at the moment would be Aurora. She holds a very special place in our hearts, as she does with a lot of other people. But then,
But
Riviera for different reasons.
Yeah.
But long term.
Long term, Aurora. Yeah.
Riviera's Oceania,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruise lovers, you get to try, Paulie.
And actually, I mean, we just tried Fred Olsen this year, and we were totally surprised by that.
Pleasantly surprised.
It was so much better than we ever anticipated.
Yeah.
But that's a short term. That's only a recent thing that we found out that we liked.
And it's only one.
It's only
in
one of the
5
ships.
days, whereas we've done, I don't know, 25 cruises on Aurora or something like that.
We've done 25 on the one ship.
Something
think
like
so.
that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And we got 2 more booked on it at the moment.
As we're on the Queen Anne, and food has been a bit of a bone of contention, watch our blogs to find out why.
Yeah.
What's the best meal you've ever had on a cruise ship?
Ever.
Ever?
The best
Not this week.
No, not this week. I think the best restaurant is Epicurean.
Epicurean or Crown Grill?
Oh, Crown Grill.
Crown Grill, see? Yeah. Oh, it's very close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very close.
Epicurean is very special.
Yeah.
And it's fine dining. And the service there is brilliant. And they're getting more back to normal with that after the pandemic.
We've done it once and had a fantastic
But
time.
what would your best meal of choice be at that restaurant?
Oh, I think when I had the T-bone pork chop, it was enormous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or the ribeye steak.
Yeah. I don't particularly have a favourite meal up there. I just go with whatever's there. They have some.
It'd be nice if you could try and answer the question.
Oh, really?
should be a politician.
It's hard. We've gone through these questions. We're thinking they're so specific, isn't it? Because you've had so many fantastic
Well,
meals.
that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, it is. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult.
The last time
There's lots of them.
the last time I had the Iberico ham up there,
Yeah.
that was really, really good, and it's carved at the table, so it's dramatic as well as being nice to eat.
Yeah, it's sometimes not about the.
Yeah,
It's about the food, but it's about the whole.
It's about the
whole
occasion.
experience.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Epicurean is if you go to Epicurean, you've got to leave it like 2.5 hours, haven't you? Because it's so many courses, and it is that the whole experience. It's not just about the food.
I mean, if you have crepe Suzettes, they perform, don't they? It's really nice.
We've never had the pleasure of a crepe Suzette at the table.
Oh, haven't we?
No, and we were talking to Gary Bembridge about it, and he said, "Oh, that's just fabulous." He said,
Yes.
"Even if you don't like crepe Suzette, it's almost
Yeah.
worth having it to see
And they
the
give you the
procedure."
full story about how they were invented and who did it, and then they'll put this in. And yeah, it's really quite. It's a performance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very much
performance.
so.
What is your favourite cruise destination?
Well, I know where I'd like to go, but I can't.
Well, that,
No, that question's
that might be a
coming
later
up.
question.
Sorry.
There are a lot.
Yeah.
Pick one.
No pressure.
Pick one.
Halifax.
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 What, Yorkshire?
That wouldn't
Canada.
Gibraltar.
Oh, very diverse. So why Halifax?
We've had some really good times there, and we've only been twice, so you know it's not we're there every week, but only been there twice, and the people are really nice.
Yeah.
You get a welcome from the Canadians that is like special. I mean, the first time we did a walking tour there, and the guy was so fantastic.
He was funny.
Brilliant. So I think it might be more down to the actual experiences that we've had in that port than maybe the port. But the two go together. I love Venice as well.
And you said Gibraltar, because that's a very controversial one in Gibraltar, because some people love it and some people just don't even bother to get off.
You obviously like Monkers, then, do you?
Yes, I do.
So what is it about Gibraltar that you love, other than the bunkers?
We've done most of the trips there, haven't
Yeah.
we? And I think people don't realise how much history there is there, and I like the history side of things. But I also like the connection with the military, and when you go through the siege tunnels and you can really feel perhaps what a small part of what the troops went through in those days. But then you walk down the street and everybody kind of knows one another. It's a really weird thing that you go down the main street and you're looking at all the shops to find out which shop has got the cheapest.
Yeah, because you can get
it's
some
all cheap,
bargains in
but you can get 10p
Gibraltar.
off here and not there. And people are coming up to you and going, if you go down to that one, it's 50p down, 50p
Yeah.
off. It's just so funny that sort of thing
Well, you had
happens
a
there.
strange experience there as well, when you were working for the police and you saw some of your local coppers walking down the street patrolling.
This is a bit of a worry. And they used to do secondments down to
Oh,
Jib.
okay.
But yeah, that was a long time ago. But it was our first trip to Jib, wasn't it? And now they were coming towards me. I thought, no, I can't cope with this.
Yeah.
But you've also got a family connection.
Yeah, my uncle was in the Second World War. He was with the Black Watch. They were based out there for 3 years. He was apparently a bagman for the officers, hated the place with a vengeance, wouldn't talk about anything, despised monkeys. And when he passed away, they talked about him and said that actually he wasn't a bagman at all, he was on special operations out there.
Oh well.
So yeah, there's a little bit of a sort of sentimentality there as well.
He was a spy, and he was a spy.
Never saw daylight for 3 years.
We do have our locals there.
I know you were.
Well, there's a
Well,
surprise.
what would you like to tell the people the 3 pubs that you feel they need to visit?
The Angry Fry.
The Angry Fry, which is a little bit sort of rough on the outside, but really nice people there from Cornwall, didn't she, the last lady? Yeah.
Been there for donkey's years.
Yeah.
And that's up by Government House in the square there. And then we kind of work our way back to the ship.
Ship is the oldest pub in Gibraltar, but now it's been changed recently. It's become more of a Spanish tapas bar than a proper old pub.
Yeah. And then we stop at the
Lord Nelson, which is right in the square as you get
Closer to
on
the
the
shop.
left-hand side, near the glass blowing place.
You see,
Yeah.
it's very difficult. It's hard work doing all that shopping along through Main Street.
You get thirsty.
You get thirsty and you have to
Mm.
sort of...
Well, that's my
Pub crawl back to the ship.
that's
so
my
it's
sentiment, but
perfect.
Carole usually frowns upon that.
Oh, that's
It makes shopping bearable.
It
Yeah, it
does.
does. It's British.
If you didn't have to go on that silver tube with the wings on,
Yes.
what would be your bucket list cruise, money and time, and some sort of special machine that got you to that destination if you had to fly there? What would that be?
First option would be Alaska.
Yeah. Because we both want to do Alaska, don't we?
Yeah.
But I want to do. You don't. I'll go with my own. I want to do Japan, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Vietnam, maybe into South Korea as well. That's where I'd like to go.
The other option for me would be New Zealand. Because I've got a niece there and I'd like to go down and see their little small holding and everything. But that's just not going to happen.
It could.
It might.
Never
Who knows
say
what the
never.
future? Who knows what the
Never
future?
say never.
If you're wondering why we keep looking and smiling behind the camera, we have our film crew a bit behind there, also known as Dan and Tony, our travel agents. So it's anyway. Just thought I'd let you know that.
What is your next cruise?
Well, believe it or not, we're going on Aurora.
Their favourite ship of all time.
Yeah, 9 days time.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
We've got some hasty packing to do.
I've
You
heard
got
that.
some washing.
Unpacking, washing, packing.
Yeah.
I've heard that ship's rubbish, so I don't think I'd ever want to go on there.
We're on there next week. And it'll be our first time on Aurora, because we know, like with Ken and Lindsey, there's so many people that love Aurora. It's one of the, for those that don't know, it's one of the oldest in the P&O fleet. So it'll be really interesting to see what we think. We're only on for 3 days, but it should be fun.
So 16 nights up to the Baltics.
Nice.
Very nice.
Never done the Baltic.
We haven't done the Baltics yet.
Right, how many cruises do you currently have booked?
Oh, we booked another one this morning.
We're all
about 10
looking at
minutes
Dan,
ago.
because Dan's our travel agent. So
I was
do
just
check his
saying,
details
so
out down below.
Dan-
We're looking
yeah.
for a good travel
Not
agent.
excluding this one.
Dan's behind the camera as we speak, counting piles of money.
Yeah.
I'll let him count because I rarely know where I'm going.
6.
You've got
Oh,
6.
6, yeah.
And is that all this year?
No. 3. We've only got 3 left for this year.
Only 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're home for the summer, darling.
We're
Yes.
out for the summer, yeah, avoiding little people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carol's not going on there.
That's a shame.
No, so we've got what we got? Yeah, so we've got Aurora, then we're on Sky Princess, then Queen Victoria in December, then next year we've got Northern Lights,
On.
Aurora,
Yeah. But no, if that's what you like, isn't it? Fair
and then
play.
well, that's quite a special experience. You like your husky rides, don't you, dear?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got
He's
that.
told me I can only do one.
Yeah.
I'd work on that.
And then we're on some sort of group cruise then in May,
Yes, they've just booked our group cruise, so that'll be awesome. On Sky Princess.
and then we're on Vista in July, aren't we? Yeah. So yeah.
What motivated you to start your YouTube channel?
Lockdown,
Yeah.
COVID.
And seeing other people putting videos out. There were a number of people that influenced us to do it because we kept on going, oh, we could do that.
Yeah.
You know, we're still doing.
Anybody in particular?
Well, there was one.
Anybody?
Yes.
There were some really interesting trips walking around Gloucester
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
Yes, there were.
that you did.
Yeah. And Bradley, where was it? Bradley?
Cooper?
I can't remember. You got lost up through the woods somewhere.
He can't remember that.
Yeah.
Western Burt?
Yeah.
No.
it wasn't. I
We
can't
get lost all the
remember.
time, Cam.
remember.
You
We
saying
weren't far from
you-
home.
We were in the
you
woods.
saying it's a video where we got lost? That's just everyday occurrence.
There was a pub involved.
Oh
Wow.
Well, so that might narrow it down a bit.
Oh.
No, so we retired in 2019 to travel more, and then we had 2 little cruises booked for 2019, and then 2020 was the big year when we had the Northern Lights. We were going to USA, Canada. We had Queen Mary booked, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had all these booked, and then COVID struck while we were on our way to the Northern Lights.
We were on Aurora.
Yeah.
She keeps on cropping up, doesn't
Yeah.
she? We were going to the Northern Lights, and we ended up in the North Sea going round in circles because they didn't know what to do with us.
So we got so desperate, sat at home where you couldn't go anywhere, that we just sort of like feasting off of other people and just started watching their videos and things like that. How much longer? How much longer? Because it was funny, wasn't it? They sort of delayed it a month, and then it was 2 months, and then it was 3 months, and then it was a year, and then so it was a bit strange.
And I suppose I kind of started off as well with a little gardening one, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
So I've got a little gardening YouTube site that just shows what I do in the garden.
And what's it called?
The Virtual Gardener.
The Virtual Gardener. So go check that out too.
It must have been sad times if you're watching me and Carole doing a tour of Gloucester, pointing out where great pubs used to be,
And now
they're a Tesco Express. But off the back of that, one day I opened the front door and it was our postman, and he's like, I just saw you on the telly.
Yeah, exactly, you did.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the questions.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, how would you feel, if at all, your YouTube presenting style has changed since you first began all those years ago?
Oh, what long was that? I don't think it has changed. I hope that the audibility and the viewability has improved, but I don't think we've changed because we've always sort of like just wanted to be us. And,
I think we've become more natural. We've got used to
Being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same Ken and Lindsey with slightly better equipment?
and used in editing, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I think it is, because we've never tried to be something that we're not, have we?
What was your first video? Was it like, because for us it was like room tours, simple things, hotel tours and that, and then it sort of developed into that, different.
I think the first one we did was the cruise to nowhere.
Oh yes.
Which was when we were and
like
that
the
was,
staycation.
Yeah,
the one when we were stopped in
when
the
we
North
got
Sea.
stopped in North Sea, because once we realised we'd been stopped, we thought, well, this is pretty unique. Not that we were doing YouTube at all at that point.
But you filmed content.
And we sort of filmed on a phone that was a little bit shaky and wobbly, and it was blowing a gale and like -2 degrees outside, so it was all a bit And we sort of.
I think when you're cruising and you're cruising frequently, if something unusual happens, you immediately photograph it. In the early days, it used to be just stills.
Yeah.
But you because you remember that sort of thing happening. And so, of course, when we got stopped in the middle of the North Sea, well, you went out and filmed it, didn't you? And talked about it.
Yeah.
But that was at that point. That was for us.
That was for us,
really.
Yeah.
You still here?
Just letting the tension build. How do you deal with nasty and negative comments?
I tend to leave them on there. We've been lucky, really. We haven't had too many nasty ones.
Really.
We've had a few strange ones, but nothing directly nasty at us, have we?
No, not yet.
But
I'm sure there will be.
The Cunarders were very upset when we did when we showed what we found on Queen Mary 2 before she had a refit, where she was just a bit tired.
Yeah,
wasn't she?
she was ready for a refit.
She just
wasn't
needed
she?
a hug,
Yeah.
And we showed it, and we were told that
We were lying.
Which wasn't very nice, because it's in the pictures. How can you say you're lying when it's in the pictures, sort of thing? But no, we've been quite lucky, really. We haven't had anything too nasty.
Well, you've almost said it yourself then.
Sorry.
No, it's not. Be sorry. It was just you're so wise and insightful. What advice would you give to people starting a YouTube channel now?
Decide what you want to do before you start, because we didn't. We just sort of fell into it. And I think it's quite a good idea to decide what you want, because there's different. I mean, you know yourself, there's some people just do information films.
Documentary style.
Others do beautiful filming, but sort of less personality involved. And they're all good.
Yeah.
But they're all different.
Yeah.
But find what your niche is and stick to it. If you keep chopping and changing all the time, I think it confuses your
The viewers
audience.
don't know where they are with you.
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah.
And I always think, well, people get quite precious, don't they? Other bloggers, well, I want people to watch our videos. We just say, if there's any video that's out there, so like Queen Anne for now, isn't it? Watch everyone's videos, because everyone will present it in a different way, and that way you'll get all the information that you need. You don't need to just watch one vlogger.
But if you are going to do that, make sure it's us.
No, I
watch
know.
ours first.
No, but
Just
and that's
remember
how
that we
you
would have seen slightly different things to you, Will.
Yeah,
So
of course,
everybody's is always going to be different.
Yeah, and when we watch your vlogs and you watch ours, I bet there'll be some similarities, but your views on things will be different to ours.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You both love amateur dramatics.
Oh no.
No, we don't.
Oh dear.
Are you appearing in any pantomimes in the near future?
We hope to.
We hope to if we get through auditions. Yeah, next January.
And where might that be?
That will be in Bridgewater, and it's the Snow Queen next year. Yeah.
We had the privilege of surprising Ken and Lindsey and seeing them in pantomime early this year, and it was absolutely fantastic. Wasn't it?
Fabulous.
So definitely, if you're in that area, make sure you go and see it, because it's amazing.
Yeah, tickets will be on sale via the website in about August time.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted about that anyway. Right, this is the final one, and it's a subject that's very, very close to my heart.
Thatchers.
I used to think
Yeah.
that I was the Thatcher's cider aficionado,
Yes.
but I think that you know different, don't you?
Well, no, I think you invested a lot of time and effort
And money.
into your Thatcher's experience, probably more than I do, but mine's usually a Friday afternoon, isn't it?
Yes.
Most Friday afternoons we go to the pub and play cards, and there's one or two glasses of Thatcher's.
But you
Testing the keg.
were telling me about
Thatcher's
ciders
Dry
that I didn't even
Thatcher-
know existed.
Yeah, well, we have a benefit because we're only about 12 miles away from where they make it. So I like the Thatcher's Dry, but they don't distribute it nationally. It's usually on a local thing. And then Thatcher's Trad, which is a flat cider that they do, which is quite nice as well. But because the traditional one doesn't keep very well, it stays local.
And they make you drink it, lots of it, do they?
Well, it would be
barrel's
rude
going
not
off.
to. It would be rude not to. So yeah, I do like one.
So have you got anything to add, Mrs.
No,
Morgan
just
Slater?
so where can people find you?
Over there, Sally.
So what social platforms do you have? And
Right,
what,
so-
I'll leave the expert to that.
Oh well, we got Instagram, X. Mustn't call it Twitter now, must you? No, Facebook. We've got a Facebook page and a Facebook profile, and we've got our own website, haven't we, Lindsay?
Yes.
That's your little baby.
Yes.
Not on YouTube then?
No.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought that was a given, wasn't it? Yeah, we're on YouTube as well. Ken Goes Cruising on all of them, and the website's kengocruising.co.uk. It's nice and easy.
So there you go. So thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Well, it's been a great week, hasn't it?
It has,
You've had so
yeah.
much fun.
Good.
Before you
Oh.
finish, I'd like to thank Tony and Dan. Tony's currently half asleep, lead on the floor, as we've stolen all the chairs. Dan's thinking, when will this misery end? So I thought I'd just prolong it a bit longer.
But anyway, thanks for watching. We've got more Paul and Carole meets in this series, so go and watch those now.